Skyrim is a chilly province, but it will warm your heart to know that the newest Elder Scrolls game gives you a sprawling and beautiful world stuffed with hundreds upon hundreds of quests to perform, monsters to murder, and expanses to explore. You could sink dozens of hours into Skyrim without even paying the main story much mind, yet still find yourself drawn to the world and its dark secrets. Arm yourself with a sword, reanimate the dead, and fry wolves with electricity that flashes from your fingertips. Mold your character as you wish and delve into your adventure, which will be familiar enough to please series fans, yet fresh enough to be mysterious and even frightening. As you may have expected, problems common to most of developer Bethesda Softworks games creep their way into the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Strange glitches and other idiosyncrasies occasionally break the immersion the game works so hard to create. But these familiar issues are largely overshadowed by the joys of exploration, the thrills of enigmas unearthed, and the excitement of facing fearsome dragons and living to tell the tale. And such dragons they are, soaring through the skies and breathing ice and fire down on you. They form the crux of Skyrim's main story, which has you seeking answers to the cause of the dragon attacks plaguing the land, and seeking a way to stop them. As it turns out, you yourself have the blood of dragons coursing through your veins, which allows you to learn and perform special spells called shouts. But to learn those shouts, you must discover words engraved in various places throughout the world. And in addition, you must annihilate dragons and absorb their souls. It's a great story, certainly better than the previous games, and defeating dragons is a greater thrill than closing an Oblivion gate ever was. Attacks sometimes occur randomly, and townspeople rise up in defense of their villages and join you in the assault. These are exciting moments that truly impress upon you how dangerous these lizards are to the people of Skyrim. But even if you focus on Skyrim's other quests, you'll uncover many delights. An ongoing political conflict between rebel and imperial forces might have you taking sides and assaulting strongholds. A child asks of you a troubling task that initiates a series of chilling missions. Investigating leads in one town inevitably takes you to another 5 quests to perform, all of them given terrific context to keep them from feeling like fetch quests or simple kill tasks. Some dungeons, such as those that require you to solve various puzzles, are simply good rather than great. But most are fantastic and take you to varied locales, many of which offer breathtaking views. The northern lights ripple across the sky and snowstorms cloud your view, yet other areas are surprisingly lush and green. The series has rarely strayed outside of prototypical fantasy environments, but Skyrim's art design has a slight off-kilter edge. Looking closely at the scenery reveals plenty of rough edges and poor textures though, reminding you that this is a world to be taken in as a whole, rather than inspected closely. Inspecting other elements of the game too closely reveals other flaws, though some make themselves immediately apparent without having to work hard to see them. Mammoths spawn in midair and fall to their death. You might get stuck in the environment geometry. A character could initiate a conversation through the ceiling. And AI companions can be a huge pain, crowding you in tunnels and generally being as dumb as can be. These are but a few of the glitches you might run across. But again, Skyrim is a big picture game, overwhelming you with size, choice, and pure ambition. Various schools of magic allow you to conjure elemental beings, pour fire from your fingers, light up a blackened cave, and even slow time to a crawl. Sneaky types have plenty of daggers and armor designed to keep their footsteps light. If you prefer being direct, you have one-handed and two-handed weapons, and you can even dual-wield them. The more you use a particular weapon or spell type, the greater your proficiency. When you level, you improve your choice of health, stamina, or magicka, and you earn a point to spend on a perk in the specialty of your choice. It's a smart system that forms around your style of play, but still gives you a sense of reward when you achieve a new level. You should note that while it is similar in key ways to its predecessor, Skyrim also makes marked improvements in important areas. Character models aren't genre-best, but townspeople move and speak more fluidly than before. Combat is tighter than before, and some final blows are capped by Fallout-style slow-motion kill animations. Luckily, these aren't too frequent, which allows them to retain their edge. Magic, melee, and ranged combat come together in extremely enjoyable ways thanks to the ability to wield whatever you like in whichever hand. You can assign favorite spells and weapons, which makes it easier to switch between them, though doing so can still be a touch fiddly. But it's a pleasure to conjure and slash and freeze your way through an icy cavern, feeling powerful enough to annihilate lesser foes, while vulnerable enough to be threatened by trolls and other grotesque creatures. And while it's best to do all of this in a first-person view, you can do it in third person and feel like you're actually traveling across the land, rather than skimming above it while your legs happen to move. Skyrim isn't just superb because there's so much to do, it's superb because most of what you're doing is so enthralling. Every step brings you closer to an amazing reward. Every flower you pick, every bandit you kill, every shrine you visit heaps you with pleasures. That pleasure might be an amazing view, a new creature to fight, a new assignment to stumble upon, or a disturbing citizen that has an offer you probably should refuse, but can't bring yourself to ignore. In a year of high-quality role-playing games, the bugs and imperfections aren't easily disregarded, particularly when those imperfections are ones so typical to the series. How amazing, then, that in spite of them, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim soars so high. Not only is it one of the best RPGs of the year, it's also one of the best games, period, offering you innumerable delights in a snowy world eager to seize every moment of your free time.